Johnny Dollar.
This is Harrison Hadley in Buffalo, New York.
Hadley.
That's right. I'm the local agent for Masters Insurance and Trust.
Oh, of course, Mr. Hadley.
It's been some time since I've had to call on you.
Well, what seems to be your problem, sir?
Fire.
Fire.
Well, actually, fires, Mr. Dollar. Two of them.
Go on.
One of them occurred yesterday. The other started only a few hours ago. As a matter of fact, the fire department is still fighting it.
And you suspect arson?
I sure do. So, Dollar, if you can come out here right away.
I certainly can.
Good. Now, I'll arrange for a room in your name at the Statler. And if you'll contact me when your plane gets in...
Mr. Hadley.
Yes?
How much insurance have you written on those fires?
Well, on this warehouse burning now, it's something over $200,000.
Okay.
So for both of them, it means about $400,000.
Fine, then you can afford it.
Oh, sure, but afford what?
My expense account.
Oh, well, of course we can.
I mean for two.
Expense account for two? I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will when I see you. Bye.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Masters Insurance and Trust Company, Buffalo office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Wayward Fireman matter. A lot of people have the mistaken idea that a lot of the crimes that are solved by a lot of clever, mysterious Sherlock Holmes type of deduction, or by the equally mysterious and super scientific razzmatazz that goes on within the confines of some of our fabulous modern crime laboratories. All right, some of them are. But most of the crimes I deal with are solved by nothing more than a lot of work and a lot of sweat. And above all, information. Now, that means stoolies, informers, other criminals. Well, listen, and you'll see what I mean. Expense account item 1, $14.25 for telephone calls. To locate and contact my old friend Smokey Sullivan, who's now playing it straight after a long career in the underworld, who is best known by the police throughout this country for his work as... Yeah, you guessed it. For his work as an arsonist.
Yeah, Johnny. I'm living here in Syracuse now.
Oh, that's fine, Smokey, because you're close to the place.
The only reason you caught me here in my rooming house, though, is I got a couple of days off for my new job.
Well, I'm glad I caught you, Smokey.
You know what my new job is now, Johnny?
The important thing is you're only a stone's throw from Buffalo.
I'm working for the city.
And if you have a couple of days off...
You're going to fall right down on your face when I tell you what kind of a job.
Well, what I'd like you to do... Oh, what did you say?
Johnny, I'm, a special consultant for the arson squad.
You're what?
Johnny, for the arson squad.
Well, that is a switch. But a good one. I'm glad you're staying on our side of the law.
Yeah. And you know something, Johnny?
No, what?
With me here in Syracuse, every single firebug must have left town.
And you know something, Smokey?
No, what?
With you on the job against them, I don't blame them. But now you say you have a couple of days off.
Yeah.
Well, then take a plane or a train or whatever you can get over to Buffalo.
Buffalo?
That's right. There'll be a room in my name at the Statler Hotel for the two of us. Go there and wait for me, and I'll be along as soon as I can.
The big Morley warehouse fire that just come in over the wires, huh?
Yeah, among other things.
Uh-huh.
So will you meet me there at the Statler?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Item 2, $31 even for a cab to Bradley Field, a plane to New York, and a plane to Buffalo. It was late in the afternoon by the time we circled the big, bustling city, with its huge steel plants and blast furnaces, its flour mills and chemical plants, grain elevators, railroad yards, and rubber factories, and its busy harbor at the northeastern end of Lake Erie. As soon as we sat down at the Greater Buffalo International Airport, I picked up my luggage and started to look for a taxi.
Dollar!
Hmm?
Dollar, over here.
Are you on, Mr. Hadley?
Yes, Harrison Hadley. Don't tell me it's been that long since you've been here. Or is it this slight paunch I've developed and a few prematurely gray hairs? How are you?
I'm fine, Mr. Hadley.
And for heaven's sakes, call me Harrison, or better still, Harry.
Right.
Well, now, come on. I got my car idling away in a no-parking zone.
Unless I'm mistaken, that policeman doesn't like it.
You're right, but here we are. All right, slide in. Throw your bag in the back.
Right you are. Come on.
That's all right, officer. Pulling out right now.
Well, you better, mister, if you don't want a ticket.
Okay, now, Harry, what about these fires?
Well, Johnny, first concerning the loss at a small department store yesterday, the police are absolutely sure it was arson. And the owner of the store has been having a hard time paying his bills lately.
So 1 and 1 makes 2.
It makes nearly $200,000 we'll have to pay off unless the police can prove he had the fire set. Or we can catch the firebug and get it out of him.
Now, tell me about the other.
A warehouse for scrap rubber. And again, the owner, a man by the name of Morley, has been having financial troubles.
So 2 and 2 makes 400,000.
Right. And in the case of the warehouse, the police are sure the same incendiary method was used.
Well, now, don't they keep a list of torchmen and their methods?
Of course. But, Johnny, these 2 fires have them stopped. Now, apparently, it's some method they've never known to be used before.
Well, I bet I know somebody who'll recognize it.
Oh, really? Who?
This friend of mine I mentioned over the phone. The one I've invited along to give me a hand.
Well, who is he?
Well, just get me into the Statler and I'll introduce you.
And you say this ex-crook is now working with the police?
That's right. If I know Smokey, there'll be no arson there in Syracuse as long as he's around.
Well, then they're probably wishing he hadn't come on over here to Buffalo to give you a hand for a couple of... here we are.
Now, let's just hope he's already here so that we can... Smokey?
I guess not.
Hmm?
What was that?
Somebody banged down a window somewhere in the back of this... Wait a minute. Smokey? Smokey, are you up? Oh, no.
What is it, Johnny? What's wrong?
Smokey. Now, Smokey, listen to me.
Looks to me like we got here too late.
Smokey? Can you hear me, Smokey?
It looks to me like he's dead.
Expense account item 3, $10.50 and $1 tip for a bottle of brandy provided by room service. With that and a couple of wet towels, I managed to bring Smokey Sullivan back to consciousness. Barely, because he was in pretty bad shape. And whoever had given him this beating was certain to think he'd left him dead.
Whoever did it, Johnny, must have got out by that window we heard slam as we came in here.
No doubt of it, Harry.
And then he must have crawled along the ledge out there to another room or fire escape or something.
Yeah. Now, Smokey.
Yeah, Johnny.
As soon as the doctor gets here, we'll know if you have any broken...
No, look, no doctor, Johnny.
Hmm?
You think a little thing like that, a couple of slaps on the head?
Think? I know it. I can see it. You're badly hurt.
No, look, I'm going to be all right, Johnny.
Oh, we'll see
and listen,
after the doc gets through with you.
Listen, Johnny.
Yeah?
It was Bottles.
Bottles?
Yeah, Bottles Burton.
Bottles Burton did this to you?
Yeah.
Bottles Burton? That's a man's name?
Yeah, because of his chemicals. His trick.
Yeah?
Trick with the bottles of chemicals to set a fire.
Oh, I see.
Look, give me a little more sip of that, huh?
Yeah, sure. Here. Here you are.
Yeah. Thanks. He's a bad one, Johnny.
And he must be crazy to have plowed into you like this.
He's a pyromaniac.
Pyromaniac?
Yeah, it has been ever since a kid. They sent him up to the state hospital for it.
I see. But now you just take it easy.
Only way they could keep him from starting fires there, they let him shovel coal in the big furnace in the powerhouse.
And that gave him all the fire he wanted, huh?
Yeah, but then they thought they had him cured, so they let him go. And ever since...
And ever since, he's been a torchman for hire.
Oh, no, Johnny.
What do you mean, no?
Well, of course he has.
No. Because, like I say, he's like a maniac. I mean, he would never set a fire for money, only for himself.
You're sure of that?
Yeah.
Well, then, Harry, maybe your plant owners didn't hire him after all.
No, not him.
But nevertheless, Johnny, you've got to stop him now that you know who he is. Not only because it means a public service on the part of our company, but, well...
Because if he isn't stopped, your company may have to pay off some more of these big claims.
Exactly.
And listen...
Now, listen, are you sure that it isn't too much for you, Smokey, until the doc gets here?
Yeah, Johnny, I'm sure. Because, listen...
Yeah?
Part of this maniac...
Yeah?
Always 3 fires in a row. 3 days in a row.
Oh?
That means he'll start another one tonight. So if you don't stop him, Johnny...
before he could get to you, Johnny.
Well, as long as he doesn't know I'm in town, let's not worry about that.
Well...
But he must know.
What?
Yeah.
Well, why do you think that?
He was so surprised when he saw me open this door. Me thinking it was you that knocked. So he must have thought it was you here in this room. A room is in your name.
Well, how could he possibly... Harry, did you tell anyone I was coming here?
Well, knowing you'd want to work with them, as you always do, I did phone the police.
And if there was a radio newsman, a reporter standing around, and there probably was... Oh, great. And now to make matters worse, Burton must know that Smokey's here to work with me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Johnny.
Only now he thinks I'm dead.
Hmm? Yeah, that's true. Or if he doesn't, maybe we can... Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is it, Johnny? You have some idea for...
Only if he does for sure know that you're here, Johnny, he... Are you listening, Johnny?
Hmm? Oh, yes, sure. Go ahead.
Well, I don't think he'd start that 3rd fire tonight, knowing you might tag him. I think he'd lay low.
Well, that's fine. If nothing else, then, Johnny, that'll give you time.
Maybe. Now, Smokey, tell me everything you can about him, about this Bottles Burton. His habits, the kind of friends he picks up, what sort of place he might find to live, anything.
Oh, well, he'd always get a job, Johnny.
What kind?
Like maybe a fireman.
Fireman?
Like in some powerhouse or maybe around some blast furnace or some place where there's fire.
Oh, I see.
Smokey, you've just given me a wild idea.
Yeah?
If I can get a mug shot of him, and there must be one around somewhere...
Yeah?
What is this idea, Johnny?
It's worth a try. Now, Harry.
Yes?
Make whatever deal you have to with this hotel to have him play along with me. Then get it out to the radio and the press that Smokey here is dead as a result of this beating, that his body has been taken to the morgue.
Oh?
Only, of course, he'll stay right here.
Well, I'm afraid I don't
Now, you let that news out right away, okay?
Whatever you say, Johnny. But why?
Just wait and see. Expense account item 4, $1 even for a taxi to police headquarters. Yeah, they had a mug shot of Burton. They simply hadn't been able to connect his method with those fires. They gave me a copy, and of course they swore they'd do everything they could to flush him out if he was still around. And then I played my hunch. And item 5 is $18.70 in taxi fares, checking around a flock of fire department stations until, finally...
Sure, Mr. Dollar. Only his name isn't Burton. He called himself Charlie Smith.
Smith, huh?
Yes, sir. This is his picture, all right. He's one of my boys, all right.
Good. Now, just where can
Or rather, he was.
What do you mean by that, Chief?
He just didn't report for work, and we haven't seen him here at the firehouse since.
Since when?
Oh, a couple of days ago. I checked his rooming house where he lives off duty, and he's left there, too.
And you have no idea where I might find him? Might start to look for him?
No, I'm afraid not, sir. It's funny, too.
What do you mean, funny?
He was a good man. It always seemed like he... Well, almost like he enjoyed his work around the fire.
That's the understatement of the week. I walked on back to the hotel, and there, over his stormy protest, moved Smokey into the room next to mine, but left the connecting door ajar. After all, I didn't want him in any further danger.
But as soon as I feel good again, Johnny, you gotta let me help you find him. Only if he set that wacky mind of his to start another fire tonight...
You just stay quiet and rest that broken head of yours. If I find you trying to climb out of bed, I'll clout you one myself.
Okay, Johnny.
I'll be right here in the next room, so if you want anything, you holler, okay?
Johnny.
Yeah?
Look, Burton may go nuts waiting for you to leave town. I mean, so he can set that third fire. And being a killer, too.
Now, wait. Maybe you've given me the answer.
Yeah?
Yeah, Smokey. Yeah. I tore on over to radio station WBEN over on Elmwood Avenue. Bill Peters, the program manager, was still around. Better still, he was willing to cooperate with me 100%.
Darn it, Johnny, I'm sorry. If I'd known you wanted to keep it a secret, I'd have kept the word of your coming here off our newscast.
Well, it's too late now, Bill.
But not even the papers, not even the evening news had it, so I let it go on.
And what that means is that he keeps a check on things through your news program.
This Burton, the firebug?
Yes, and that's good. Because if you'll let me write a piece of copy for your next couple of newscasts... Yeah, here. Here now.
It'll air in about 20 minutes. The newscaster will be Jack Ogilvy.
Good. I'll just have him read this as is. I got back to the Statler just in time to hear Jack Ogilvy's news on the little radio there in my room.
Pretty cold again tomorrow throughout this whole area. Oh, and here's another item in connection with the Morley warehouse fire. Johnny Dollar, the investigator called in by the insurance company, is leaving the case, no doubt because of the death of his colleague, a man with the unlikely name of Smokey Sullivan. Dollar, we are informed, checked out of his hotel just a few minutes ago and is on his way back to Hartford. Could he have been afraid of this pyromaniac killer? Doesn't sound like him. And now let me give you the local weather report again.
Mm-hmm. Now we'll just wait and see what we... Smokey.
Hi, Johnny.
Now look, Bob, you have orders to stay in bed.
That announcer I heard on the radio.
That news item was a plant. Now go on back to bed.
I'm all right.
Oh, fine. Just fine. So now I gotta carry you back to bed. And then, sitting there alone in my room, I wondered. Smokey had said that Burton was clever in his own twisted way. Clever enough to fall for my trick? Well, there was only one thing to do. Wait and see. I didn't have to wait long. Yeah? Yeah, who is it?
Mr. Dollar?
That's right.
Telegram, sir.
Okay, coming. Hello, Burton.
Oh, you know me, huh?
Who else would have come in here waving a gun?
Shut up. Keep your hands up, see? Now sit down. Sit up. There in that chair. The other side of that door. And keep faced away from me, you understand? See?
Sure. But didn't you get the word that I'd left town?
Oh, I knew that was a trick.
That's why you came here, huh?
Because I had to make sure, see?
And you mean that you, a smart punk like you were afraid to set another blaze with me around town?
Well, you won't be around, not now, because I'm going to kill you. Because I got to set another fire. I just got to, you understand, you see? So I'm going to kill you, Dollar.
Now look, Burton.
No, don't move. Keep your hands up. Now, here, let me... Yeah. See? I knew you had a gun. Because I know everything. Like I know I gotta set that third fire. Look, I know. I gotta kill you. Yeah. Yeah, Dollar. Now!
Smokey!
I'm sorry I had to bust this chair on him, Johnny.
It's okay, Smokey. You did okay coming through that connecting door. Son of a gun, I told you to stay in bed.
I guess I wasn't as strong as I... You want to help me, Johnny?
You bet I do. Well, it's up to the courts, naturally. And this time I'm betting there'll be no parole for Burton, ever. Not only because of the fires, but the murder attempt on Smokey. And come to think of it, on me. As for the insurance money that'll have to be paid out, well, you can't win them all. Expense account total, including room and board and Smokey's expenses, plus a little gratuity and to cover his doctor's bills, $227 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, another locked room mystery. It's called The Too Tired Matter. Remember that title and join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone. Produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr. Musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Nat Polan as Smokey Sullivan, Bill Smith as Harrison Hadley, Bernard Grant as Burton, George Petrie as Bill Peters, Robert Dryden as the Chief. Jack Ogilvy of WBEN played himself. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hannes speaking.